when this episode could have went full degeneracy with MAID Momo. It went 180 to introspection of grounding the character and have Momo grow in a way you wouldn't expect with the powers of comedic irony. Not only was this episode a stray away from the wacky, it was a stray straight into the visceral nature of the brilliance of each heart-thumping scene that includes holding hands and NTR. Stay tuned as I recap, react, and review how one can appreciate the makings of
You sack of shit!
Before, Okuda didn't want any tea to drink, but on second thought, with Ayase-san doing her best to provide, Muko is just doing what any good friend would do to their close one. Go to their workplace and annoy the ever-living crap out of them. And it is this time, it's every bald man with 3 eyes wet dream when one hand meets the other above the waist to create the ultimate love beam. It's for all the manga readers and anime viewers that become way too invested in the make-believe. For this video, we will continue to establish the moe for Dandadan episode 19, Nanka Moya Moya Suru Janyo. Check out my previous videos on Frieren and Dandadan, and check out my second anime channel where I'm currently covering Sword of the Demon Hunter and The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. This episode covers manga chapters the end of chapter 54 through the half of 57. We have another slower episode, but artistically very deep and very visceral episode, as it's building up the new character arcs for all of our main characters. Everyone has some sort of dilemma that they are going through, and while the lames seethe over MAID Momo, I appreciate the comedic irony, the comedic genius of the rebellious Gyaru, Momo, versus the complete opposite of a Gyaru, that is Momo playing the submissive maid. I've been covering comedic irony since the inception of this channel. The anime that does comedic irony the best to me is The Eminence in Shadow. Go check out my previous videos on that. So yeah, let's hop right into the recap. Momo tells Muko and Miko off as she feels tricked into working at a restaurant, but not this kind of restaurant. It's a cafe dressed as maids. Muko and Miko try to kidnap Okuda off to continue their group date, but Okuda says, "No, I'm staying." When your future girl is dressed to turn more simps into moe momos, you have to make sure she is safe from the predators like Roku. The alien ditties be out here getting off, you know? Momo does the thing that girls do and says the opposite of what she really feels, that Okuda shouldn't visit her place of work again after he apologizes for coming. Okuda wanted to stay to help her walk home, but Momo was resistant due to her embarrassment. But we all know how she really feels inside. Hearing what Momo had to say, Okuda decides to go home, in which Momo continues the irony of her, of all people, playing maid and upping the sales and merch with every single moe. I want to remind everyone once again that originally in episode 8, Momo wanted to get a part-time job to help Okuda find his other golden ball. Besides needing a cell phone, and besides helping rebuild her house, at the heart of her motivation is to help Okuda. So to me, that is the brilliance of the underlying character development for Momo. Well, it is one layer, and the other layer plays into the comedic irony of a Gyaru being a maid. That right there is an oxymoron, with the healthy helpings of giving up her pride for the greater good. Dandadan is an anime that rarely does montages, but an anime like Frieren, they do it all the time. Check out my Frieren videos. This scene with Momo at the maid cafe that will eventually lead to Okuda, it means so much more than the surface level fan service. The montage itself and the piano playing in the background That symbolizes and connects us to the mood shift in Momo's growth and her struggles. Dandadan episodes rarely go this deep. It kind of reminds me of episode 7 for Acrobatic Silky's backstory. It's episodes and moments like these that really ground the characters, and it's even more funnier in the fact that it's layered by this comedic irony that she is a maid because it is the opposite of her character. It's an evocative montage with no dialogue, minimal animation, showing the progress of Momo's growth from conflicting embarrassment and annoyance of the slow pace of her shift all the way to, I think she's starting to enjoy her job, which is a very mature quality she's acquiring. This right here is tremendous growth for Momo. As Momo gets done with work at 10, she gets a good job from her new co-workers. With no Okuren around, she proceeds to start walking home alone in the dark. However, Takakura Ken always shows up for his girl when she needs him. Every knucklehead should know you'd never let a girl walk home alone in the dark. Did you not see the fragrant flower blooms with dignity? Check out those videos on the second channel. This is one of those times to show the loneliness that is negative space, to set up Momo's entire day's worth of character development, to feel like maybe she isn't going to get the real reward that she actually wants. Okuren almost go full Takakura with his body heat, but he ain't ready for that just yet, as he lets Ayase-san go. Body heat to body heat swap of cold hand to cold hand, alone in the dark, just the two of them, without the NTRs. It didn't really take long for a genius to perfect sitting in Seiza, holding his powers below his navel, with Manjiro trying to push him over. Can he withstand the powers of soy sauce at room temperature? Yes, but we can't just let his character have such an easy payoff just yet. So no to cold water, but yes to room temperature. Ayase Baba continues to be the story's wisdom sensei. Whenever it involves knowing something about powers, how spirits and yokais work, she is our answer for many questions we have, and I guess Turbo Baba too. Momo and Okuren come home together, and of course our NTRs are looking to break someone's heart, and they try to bum rush Momo and Okuren. But look who's ready to finally catch a body. Better yet, our most beloved character, Evil Eye, immediately puts up a barrier right when he turns and has Momo's arms up, body exposed, ready to be pummeled. Speaking of NTR and insecurity, Okuren begs Evil Eye to fight him and not Momo, especially after their little body heat session of cold hands. On the outside, looking in, not being able to do a single thing, as he turns on the horny Turbo Baba powers, and still not being able to get in. But Momo ain't no slouch, but this quickly turns into a deeply visceral reaction of her clothes being torn, legs up, and only Okuren can watch on and do absolutely nothing. I've seen a video title recently that said the Dandadan romance was done right. To be fair, I didn't watch the video, just judging by the title of course. Is this your idea of a good romance? Always getting NTR'd by Gigi or Ida? To understand the formula of romance in Dandadan is the push and pull of the Momo and Okuren relationship, getting one step closer to being together. That is the payoff, but it is almost always immediately followed up by NTR of Ida, Gigi, or even a new challenger. This is what you call a good romance? Now, the thing to do is make us feel really bad for the NTR, but at the same time, it is literally Gigi's choice to keep Evil Eye alive. Sure, the ultimate payoff may come later, when Gigi can control Evil Eye, and maybe Evil Eye isn't so evil no more. But in the meantime, everybody gotta sleep with one eye open and inconvenience their life. If we are being realistic here, Ida is 100% correct from what she said in the previous episode. Not only that, Gigi is losing the battle of NTR as Okuren slaps his pantsu wearing ass out of the way to see that Momo is okay. This obviously creates an awkward rift between Okuren and Gigi. And there is Ida, who feels absolutely horrible for contributing to getting Momo trapped, almost NTR'd, and yeeted. Momo is such a great person that she reassures Gigi, Okuren, and Ida that these things happen. She makes sure that everyone else doesn't feel guilty. And she is the one that literally invited Ida. However, we know that that scene is absolutely traumatizing. On the flip side, Gigi is in his worst emotional state of self when it comes to Momo and Okuren. He almost yeeted the girl he likes. His competition and new bestie just owned him. And here he is, having an awkward night of sleep right next to his boy. Two guys with a whole lot of insecurities growing inside them. If you understand NTR, you will understand how insufficient Okuren feels right now. That will lead him to a way to get stronger, which is the intention of this arc, for everyone to get stronger, to help Gigi. In Gigi's position, he is conflicted, but it is his choice that he chose, and he is getting more control over the evil eye. That's literally the only thing he can do to improve his position, so that no one else can suffer anymore, and that maybe he still has a chance with Momo. The previous episode was all about everyone training to get stronger to help Gigi, and the previous scene literally just showed why everyone needs to get strong as fast as possible. From the comedic irony of MAID Momo, to the self-reflecting, introspective MAID Momo, to the romantic payoff of Okuren and Momo walking home, swapping body heat, to NTR. Now is the perfect time to relieve some tension with some funnies. So here comes alien boxer, Kappa, farmer, Mantis shrimp. Okuren is already looking to exploit every way possible to get stronger, and so he seeks out Mantis shrimp to learn how to throw hands. Did Okuren learn anything? Yes. How to farm? Or this actually contributes to some post Golden Nut Clarity character development for Okuren. Okuren comes home late, body abused from farming, and Ayase Baba yells out the Megane. As we can see here, it is still quite awkward between Gigi and Okuren. This leads to the disagreement between Waifu Baba and Manjiro. Manjiro wants to take responsibility to exercise Evil Eye now, while Ayase Baba wants to give the kids a chance to grow and learn from their situation. And it's something that already happened. It is an adult's responsibility to show the reality of Evil Eye's danger, as Momo almost got yeeted, versus letting Momo, Gigi, Okuren, and Ida figure it out for themselves. Echoing the sentiments I made about what Ida said in the previous episode about reality versus idealism. It's been 2 episodes since we heard Turbo Baba speak. All she did in the previous episode was give Gigi a good smacking. Okuren has been out here one-shotting fools with headbutts, and now he wants to throw hands like he's Inoue Naoya. It's a conversation between a talking cat and a growing shonen. Okuren is every insecure guy when they feel powerless. It's time to get more powerful. Turbo Baba asks, do you want to throw hands, or do you want to be horny Turbo Baba powerful? The answer is quite clear here, and so Okuren decides his next fate in his training. Turbo Baba takes him to a new location where he can get horny Turbo Baba powerful. And who do we have here? NTR, Shiratori Ida, catches a peek and sneaks behind Okuren and Turbo Baba. She finally catches up to them, and Okuren tells her how dangerous it will be, and our Turbo Granny tells her off. But Shiratori Ida ain't having none of that, and she pulls the... Here we are, inside a musical room. What is the theme of this training? Rhythm. Evil Eye and Ida have 4 times the wiggle. And in the haunted house, Evil Eye has 10 times the wiggle. Okuren just 2 times the wiggle. They better learn how to move and groove or else get ready to witness some more unwanted NTR. Who are these people on the wall? It's the great whites of our pastime. Turbo Baba is out here causing mayhem while trying to train these 2 nitwits at the same time. These 2 better learn how to add more to a beat and switch up the wiggle, or else the great whites of our pastime will come to get you. This episode was all about the power of viscerality combined with the powers of introspection. We don't get episodes like these very often, where it tries to build that deep emotional connection to the characters, and these episodes are honestly my favorite kind of episodes. With the Moe Moe Kikoho starting off the episode, I think the average anime viewer would just see it as simple fan service, but no. This is not only great comedic irony, but deep character development capitalized by the montage, sucking up her pride to make money, to help Okuren, to help out Seiko, and I guess she still needs a cell phone. With Momo, Muko, and Miko, they are gyarus, so seeing her be that maid is perfect comedic irony that has that layer of growth of introspection for her character to see the bigger picture. And after that introspective montage of Momo, how it eventually led up to Okuren showing up when she got off work to help her walk home. This is another great payoff between the 2, walking home, swapping body heat. And as you guys know, if you guys ever followed any of my previous Dandadan videos going all the way back to season 1, where I covered every single episode, I even covered the manga in one video, you know what's happening next. I am the NTR guy. I call it out every time. So that is what happens next, and obviously it is awful for Momo to be in that position, to be almost helpless. It is also awful for Gigi's position as he's just trying to help Evil Eye. Misled children can do the most evil of acts, and that is the downside of being in Gigi's position, which means everyone's lives are at stake because of him, when they can just exercise Evil Eye and move on with their lives. And of course, Ida felt responsible too because she got up with a cold drink that knocked over to Gigi to turn him into Evil Eye. And we have to respect Ida's character growth. She recognizes when she does wrong, and she apologizes for it. And so that's just great to see from Ida's character. The big focus of the video is Okuren though. Girls may not understand how this scene can absolutely break a man's psyche forever. It's obviously traumatizing for Momo, but as the guy, you're done. Pay attention to how viscerally done this scene was. Okuren on the outside, looking in, turning to Turbo Okuren, probably going at full power trying to get in, but he can't. This is done perfectly to give you the image of a guy's worst nightmare, of being NTR'd, and you can do absolutely nothing about it. Clothes ripping off a girl and legs up is the easiest way to get a dark, visceral reaction out of you. This scene is the biggest catalyst for Okuren to do everything he can to get as powerful as he can. No guy wants to be helpless. No guy wants to be that guy that can't save their girl when they needed you the most. This dude, Yuki Nobutatsu, knows how to push all the right buttons to bring out the most insecurity out of you. And this hurts to the very core and essence of a guy. So Yuki Nobutatsu goes from wholesome love, that payoff, all the way to making you so damn angry, in despair. That succession of scenes at the very beginning of the episode was a crazy ride. It's one of the best halves of an episode that I've seen. Besides that, we had the Manjiro and Seiko philosophical divide. So this is totally a battle between realism versus idealism. It's always a fine line for adults to make for teenagers, to let them grow and make their mistakes, or turn down the risks and take out a lot of those unnecessary things that can obviously get you yeeted. Both babas continue to be the wisdom of the show. We learn like most of the things that happen in the show through freaking Turbo Granny and Waifu Baba. After we got Gigi NTRing us for 2 arcs straight, it's clear we gotta have Ida pop out of nowhere to take her turn, to give Momo something to be jealous about. while the training, the animated fight scenes, and whatever the battle logic is gonna be, that's all fun, but the heart and soul of this episode was definitely between MAID Momo all the way up to Okurin trying to get more powerful. This might be my favorite episode adaptation so far. I definitely did not feel what I felt in this episode when I read it in the manga. And that is why I love how visceral this episode felt and how the creators accomplished it with the scenes. All the artistic choices, especially made with MAID Momo, felt a lot deeper and a lot more rewarding than I thought it would be. It unlocked both the deepest introspective level of the Dandadan story while delivering two extremely opposite of the spectrum of viscerality, wholesome love, all the way to NTR despair of helplessness. So yeah guys, let me know what you guys thought about this episode of Dandadan. Please leave a comment down below. And do me a favor, hit the like button if you love Moe Kiko hoes. And subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Check out my blog at otakusen.com. Check out my previous videos and check out my second channel where I covered the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity and Sword of the Demon Hunter. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.